I've been driving in my car.
Welcome to Tesco car park for Muse number 4. In these car muses so far, I've talked about how COVID has changed the world and that big questions are now being asked by your friends and mine that are presently not connecting with our churches, which presents a golden opportunity for the good news of the gospel. The soil out there has become more fertile. Our non-Christian friends are looking for meaning and purpose. This is good. Then I said in Muse number 2 that the main thing for all Christians, based on the great command of Jesus, is to love. Love God, love people, like never before. And then last week in Muse 3, I said the post-COVID church has got to be more bothered by the 96% not in our churches, rather than the 4% that are in our churches. Listen, the post-COVID church has got to put an end to our in-house petty squabbles, our nitpicking over second-rate issues, our lack of kindness and exclusion of people who are just different to us, and our aversion to change, or will die. It's that simple. It might take a generation, but those attitudes and behaviours have got to go. Which brings me to what I want to address in today's Muse from my car, and here it is. In the post-COVID church, we've got to become more known for what we're for than what we're against. More known for what we're for than what we're against. Let me explain. I think the church has got a massive PR problem, which I think the post-COVID church has got to wise up to. The church in the UK does some brilliant things, both nationally and locally. You know, 2/3 of all toddler groups in the UK are run by Christian groups, including our very own TikTok at St. Peter's, of which I feel rightly proud. Who are the ones running food banks? Who are the ones at the forefront of helping people who face the awful stranglehold of debt, or mopping up sick outside nightclubs as street pastors and seeing people get home safely at 3 o'clock in the morning? Who are the ones in our nation's history responsible for ending slavery or child labour, or responsible for the beginning of workplace unions and employment rights? It's the unheralded followers of Jesus. Amazing. There's so much the Christian church can feel rightly proud of. And yet, what are we known for? What do people out there think about evangelical Christians like us? You listen in any staff room, any pub conversation. Ask your not yet Christian friends. I ask my non-yet Christian son and his wife. I invite you to do your own research, see what your friends feel, especially amongst the millennial generation. Here's what I've found. Whether we like it or not, they think that the evangelical church is anti-gay, anti-Muslim, anti-abortion, anti-sex before marriage, in a nutshell, anti-most things, and pretty judgmental to boot, and a million miles away from the real world where they are and others like them. Maybe they've got a fair point. And the thing is, all the things that we are for, justice, kindness, grace, joy, helping the poor, bringing hope and life, those things that we're passionate about get lost. Guys, the post-COVID church has got to realize this. So how do we change this perception? How do we become more known for what we're for than what we're against? That's a big question. Well, the scriptures can help us here because, believe it or not, this PR problem is not just a first world 21st century problem. It's been holding us back since Bible times. Here's what I think the scriptures say. As a Christian, you and I are a window into the Christian faith. The 96% get to see more or less of God through your life. In Paul's second letter to the Corinthians, Paul talks about this very issue. How believers like us get to reveal more or less of God. As though, to quote Paul, God were making his appeal through us. So in 2 Corinthians 5 verse 20, we have the privilege of being Christ's ambassadors. Wow. Think about that for a minute. An ambassador is a representative, an emissary, an envoy, a promoter. This is a theme Paul warms to. In 2 Corinthians 3 verse 2, he says to the Corinthian Christians, you are a letter written on people's hearts, known and read by everybody. It's true, isn't it? Read by everybody. Ambassadors, letters, witnesses, windows. Guys, this is how we address our disastrous PR problem. By living the life 24/7, so that people out there get to see God in our life, even in our weakness. Because God is making his appeal through us. You and I should think about that the next time we feel up for a little bit of office goss, or when we judge people and make them feel unwelcome or shred a reputation, or when we're last to the bar to get around in. I'm deadly serious. Conversely, people see that act of kindness or self-sacrifice or joy when we're going through tough stuff, because people are watching and sussing us out through our life and witness, working out whether this Christian faith thing is real and authentic or not. So may the post-COVID church become more known for what we're for rather than what we're against. Big love and catch up soon.